Have you ever chased a dream so hard that you forgot the life you left behind? Have you ever thought success would fix everything until it didn't? This is the story of a man who left everything to build a fortune and nearly lost the only thing that truly mattered. There once was a businessman who did well in his homeland. He had respect, a steady shop, a growing reputation. Yet at night, something nagged him. If I go abroad, he told himself, I can earn more, build something greater, give my family the life they deserve. But life required choices. His parents said, "Son, it's time to marry." So he married. For a brief while, life was peaceful, yet the dream did not sleep. A few months later, with his wife expecting their first child, he said, "I still want to go abroad to grow my business." His wife, quiet, strong, loving, looked at him and said, "If this is your dream, follow it. Do what you feel is right." She kept a brave face and watched him go. She stayed with his parents, and he crossed the sea with a single goal: to build a future. Abroad, the work was harder than he imagined. Days were long, nights were lonely. He sent money home and letters full of promises. He sacrificed birthdays, festivals, first words, first steps, everything he could not be there to see. He kept a ledger of progress and a pocket of hope. Years passed. 1 became 5, 5 became 10, then 17. At last, the day came when he decided it's time to go home. He bought his ticket and traveled for days, heart pounding with the joy of return. On the ship, he met an old man who sold wisdom for a small price, a storyteller with eyes that had seen too much. Curious, the businessman asked about the old man's sadness. The man said, "I sell wisdom, but few pause to buy it." The businessman, confident with his gold, offered 500 coins. The old man smiled and said, "Before you act, pause. Think for 2 minutes." Simple words, heavy meaning. The merchant nodded and walked on, thinking them unimportant, until later that night they sat in him like a stone. When he finally stepped into his old home, it was midnight. The lamps were low. He moved quietly, wanting to surprise his wife and child. He opened the bedroom door. What he saw froze him. His wife asleep, a young person curled beside her. Fury rose like a wildfire. 17 years of sacrifice, and this? How had she betrayed him? Rage took his hands, and he gripped a sword that had been kept for ceremony, feeling betrayal and humiliation surge through every vein. And then, like a bell, the old man's words rang in his ears. "Before you act, pause. Think for 2 minutes." Stopped. 2 minutes stretched like an ocean. His hands trembled, the sword slipped and struck a pot on the floor. It made a clumsy, ordinary sound. His wife woke, and rubbing sleep from her eyes, saw him. Tears of joy spilled from her. "You're home, after all these years," she whispered. The young person rose and bowed, and as he bent, the turban loosened and long hair spilled out. It wasn't a son, it was a daughter. A girl his wife had raised as a son, so the world would not harm her. "You were gone so long," his wife said quietly. "I raised her as a son so she would be safe." The sword fell from his hand. The gold meant nothing now. All of the years, the letters, the sacrifices, they were investments in a future he had misread. He had returned triumphant, but nearly destroyed the family he wanted to protect. In the hush of that room, he finally understood something every coin could not buy. Wealth fills pockets. Wisdom saves lives. Patience protects love. The 2-minute pause had kept him from an action he would spend the rest of his life regretting. The lesson. Money can build homes, money can buy comfort, but it cannot buy the quiet truths that keep us human. Empathy, the benefit of doubt, the pause between anger and action. Before you act in heat, stop. Breathe. Think for 2 minutes. Let patience guide your hand. If this story moved you, remember one simple rule. When anger rises, wisdom waits. Pause for 2 minutes and save what truly matters.